If you're a photographer or want to get into photography, then you've picked the right time because I have some great camera deals you can take advantage of this year. Links to all the products will be listed in the description. Let's take a look at them. Sony Alpha 7R4, which you can find it for 14% off. Packed with a high resolution, a 61 megapixel full frame image sensor, the Sony A7R Mark IV is without a doubt a beast of a camera. The highest resolution full frame camera currently on the market. Its a high resolution sensor makes it a prime candidate for landscapes, portraiture, and other types of photographic pursuit that often require lots of detail. But there's much more to the story with the 4th generation version of Sony's high-resolution full-frame mirrorless camera. Yes, the Sony A7R4 is undoubtedly a high-end camera with a high-end price tag to match, but it's an extremely versatile, feature-rich camera, much more well-rounded than its predecessors, and much more than just a stills camera for shooting high-resolution photos. Overall, it's hard not to recommend the A7R4 if you have the cash and need the resolving power. The next, it's Panasonic LUMIX G7, which you can find it for 25% off. The LUMIX G7 is a very capable mid-range camera that should be considered by anyone wanting a step up from budget models, whether DSLR or mirrorless. It has well-thought-out controls, a large and detailed electronic viewfinder, and the flexibility of a fully articulated touchscreen. It's responsive, focusing quickly even in low light and firing off bursts up to 8 FPS at the full resolution. It's feature-packed with built-in Wi-Fi, time-lapse, silent shooting up to 1 of 16 thousandths, and up to 7-frame bracketing. It's innovative with 4K video allowing you to capture movies with 4 times the detail of 1080p, and the change to grab 8 megapixel photos from footage at 30 FPS. Plus, as a macro 4/3 camera, it enjoys access to the broadcast range of native mirrorless lenses. The video capabilities approach that of the flagship GH4, making it an ideal budget option for filmmakers or a backup body for B-roll. It's a lot of camera for the money. Next up, it's the Nikon Z6, which you can find it for 20% off. The Z6 is Nikon's outstanding first attempt at a budget-friendly full-frame mirrorless camera. While on one hand it shares a lot with the Z7 in terms of its overall looks, ergonomics, button placement, and the menu system, there are some particular features that makes the Z6 stand out. First of all, thanks to its excellent 24.5 megapixel BSI CMOS sensor, it is a superb camera for everyday needs. Most people don't need 45 megapixel, and 24.5 megapixel is simply a great balance of resolution and low light performance. In addition, the Z6 has a low pass filter which prevents moire issues, while the Z7 is prone to its when shooting detailed repetitive patterns. The Nikon Z6 is also a better video camera. Unlike the Nikon Z7 that has to perform line skipping when shooting 4K videos, the Z6 uses full sensor width, so it creates better quality videos. Considering that the D750 is one of the Nikon's best DSLR ever made, and the Z6 is arguably a better camera, I would say that the Z6 is definitely up there in the list of top recommended cameras on the market today. Heck, the ProResolution RAW 4K video shooting capability is alone worth the price of admission. Next up, we have the Olympus OMDE M5 Mark III, which you can find it for 39% off. The Olympus OMDE M5 Mark III's solid build quality, excellent controls, including some of the best feeling control dials on the market, and generally pleasing out of the camera files make it a supremely engaging camera to take pictures with. It's compact but manages to shoehorn some of the best bits of the EM1 Mark II into an appreciably lighter, smaller, and more manageable body. I like the addition of 4K video. The stabilizer is still among the best in the industry. It has best-in-class weather sealing, and the camera is very responsive. In the end, the EM5 III will be a fine choice for those users with the older Mark II that want to upgrade sensor and video, as well as other users who are invested in the Micro Four Thirds ecosystem and have built up a catalog of lenses. But if you're starting out fresh, there are just an awful lot of options around the EM5 Mark III that may offer better image quality from larger sensors, or have even better video. And there are certainly options with better autofocus for action and sports photography. However, considering it's almost 40% off this Black Friday, I think it's a steal and you should definitely give it a go. Next up, we have the Panasonic LUMIX FZ80, which you can find it for 25% off. The Panasonic LUMIX DC FZ80 delivers an incredible amount of zoom coverage for not a lot of money. It uses the same lens as its predecessor but improves on fit and finish, sporting a better touch-enabled rear LCD, a sharper EVF Wi-Fi and 4K video, all missing on the bargain-oriented FZ70. The Panasonic LUMIX FZ80 is a bridge camera with a very long zoom lens. It offers a very wide full-frame equivalent focal range of 20mm to 1200mm, allowing you to frame your shots from a long distance. Its unique 4K photo mode can help you capture images of quick moments a little easier, though we don't currently test this function. Also, the camera itself is quite comfortable to use. Unfortunately, its autofocus system can have a hard time tracking subjects' faces in both photography and video. Video quality is also poor overall, and the image quality can noticeably degrade when shooting in dark environments. But considering the low price, this is to be expected. Next up, it's the Sony ZV-1, which you can find it for 19% off. The Sony ZV-1 is a 20-megapixel compact camera geared towards vlogging. It has a new and novel directional microphone next to the flash hot shoe, and there's a fully articulating touchscreen display. The ZV-1 shoots in 4K up to 30p and Full HD up to 120p and features a 24-70mm equivalent with an f1.8 to 2.8 lens. Although the Sony ZV-1 is designed specifically with vloggers in mind, it's quite capable as a conventional compact stills camera too. If you're a hybrid shooter who is interested in capturing both video and stills but doesn't want to carry around two cameras, the ZV-1 has a lot to offer. The Sony ZV-1 is the best compact vlogging camera you can buy. Its mix of a bright lens, superb autofocus, and design tweaks like the side flipping screen make it a powerful pocket video option with few peers. Those seeking super smooth walking footage might find its image stabilization a slight letdown, and it has a few familiar usability quirks, but the ZV-1 remains the best video all-rounder in its weight class. Next up, it's the GoPro Hero 9 Black, which you can find it for 13% off. There are many imitators, but no one has yet come close to knocking GoPro off its perch as the best action camera, and that continues with the GoPro Hero 9. While it's large, it's very easy to use, and even though GoPro didn't invent the front-facing screen, I have a feeling every GoPro knockoff is going to sport this feature from now on. The GoPro Hero 9 Black is an incredibly powerful action camera with a wealth of premium features that all come together to deliver stunning results. Hypersmooth 3.0 image stabilization is outstanding, especially when paired with boost mode over rougher terrain, with the final footage remaining smooth and easy on the eyes. Battery life is pretty great, and while the front screen won't be useful to everyone, the large rear screen is clear and responsive. However, all these things come at a price, and in the case of the Hero 9, that price is bulk. At 71mm wide and weighing only 160 grams, it is chunky and heavy, which won't suit anyone gunning for aero gains or watching the grams. Overall, it's ideal if you're a serious adventurer, filmmaker, or vlogger, but overkill if you're just looking to record close passes on the road. Next up, we're talking about the Sony a7R III, which you can find it for 20% off. The Sony a7R Mark III is the company's latest high-resolution full-frame mirrorless camera. Much like Nikon's recent D850, it's one that combines this resolution with high-speed and fast autofocus capabilities to a degree we've not previously seen. Like its predecessor, the Mark III is built around the 42-megapixel BSI CMOS sensor, but unlike the a7R II, it can shoot at 10 frames per second. Essentially, it can be seen as an a7R II that inherits many of these lessons learned from the company's pro sports model, the A9. This means faster processing, improved autofocus, improved handling and ergonomics, as well as the adoption of a much larger battery. While some of the individual changes are subtle, they very quickly combine to produce a hugely capable and highly usable camera. If you're a landscape, fine art, or still life photographer, or you're in the realm where pixel quality and image resolution is a major key, the a7R is the more appropriate camera. Things like 4K recording and the pixel shift feature would just be welcomed additions to your tripod-assisted landscape shooting. Alright guys, we came to the bottom of this Black Friday camera deals video. If you found this video to be helpful, please leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more Black Friday deals. If you have any questions about this video, then please drop a comment down below in the comment section, and I will see you on the next video. Take care and peace out.